growing support for the passage of the law that will govern the Bangsamoro entity. Local government officials have reiterated their support for the measure. There is also growing optimism that progress will finally be attained in Mindanao after decades of conflict. Again, here's Freddie Abando.
Sulu is one of the most beautiful island provinces of the country. It's rich in natural resources to include its agricultural lands, fishing grounds, and untapped oil and natural gas reserves. Before the outbreak of the Muslim rebellion in the early 70s, Muslims and Christians lived in peace.
It was beautiful. There was peace, and people lived harmoniously. Christians were treated accordingly. As a matter of fact, the Bishop Smith wanted to be buried there because he loved the people so much.
Idyllic. When we were growing up, we would play patintero in the streets. If it's a moonlit night, we play patintero in the streets hanggang uwiin na kami ng mga parents namin. And nobody had any problem. Our parents would watch from the window. If they see people maaligid, all my father has to do is shout at them and they run away. Now, 6 o'clock, you don't see too many people on the streets, and young people have very little recourse to socialize.
Former Senators Antonina Rasul and her daughter Amina Rasul were among the first victims of the conflict that has gone on for over 4 decades. They are just one of or more families that lost loved ones, their homes and opportunities in a war that has set back the development of the proposed Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, a region mired in poverty. At age 84, the elder Rasul sees great promise to reverse the fortunes of our Muslim brothers. The House approval of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law gives hope to the Rasul family and our Muslim brothers that peace and development will finally happen with the President's determination to win the peace.
We can only hope that the leadership will be better.
We can only hope. I mean, remember, we had high hopes when President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo assumed power. Where did that lead us?
I hope to have peace in Muslim Mindanao and the whole entire country.
And don't forget your other dream, illiterate population.
Illiterate population.
So we always have high hopes. We are always optimistic that the coming crop of governance will be effective and will keep constituents. Democracy calls for a lot of work to be done before the law is passed. This is just step one. They just approved. The committee approved it. So there's the plenary, there's the Senate, and then there's the conference committee.
The approval of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law to implement the peace agreement between the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front is gaining support from all sectors. The Union of Local Government Units, composed of governors, city and municipal mayors, vice mayors, councilors, and even barangay officials, have expressed their support for the approval of the draft law. Their president, Alfonso Umali Jr., issued a statement urging Congress to approve the law to fulfill the promise of peace and development. The core territories of the proposed Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, composed of 5 provinces, are among the poorest in the country. Umali stressed an end to the conflict will boost the image of the Philippines' drive for sustained economic growth and reducing poverty incidents.
It's high time na talagang tuldukan na natin yan eh. Maayos natin. So, paano natin aayusin nga if we will not do this? So, maganda nga na yan. Maganda na natin, mga malayo-layo na narating natin. Pero siyempre, may mga nangyayari talaga na. Pero just the same. Ang ano nito, gusto natin ng kapayapaan. So, at least, kapayapaan ang tinutumbok natin dito. Diba? Kasi maraming lip sync lang. Sasabihin, gusto ng kapayapaan. Pero, in fact, we're not even sure kung totoo nga ba yung ganong ano nila. Iniisip, I'm talking of, say, sa mga army. Di ba? Pag kung peaceful na yan, di baka maging ano sila, maging sila, baka wala na silang trabaho kung peaceful na lahat.
In the meantime, a major concern for political analysts is the possibility of the draft law being challenged before the Supreme Court. Ramon Casible said that like the agreement signed by the government and the MILF during the Arroyo years, the draft law or some of its provisions will be questioned before the High Tribunal. Casible said it's a must for Congress to pass a law compliant with the Constitution.
Kapag ang presidente ay nagsalita na, gagawin niya, ruling coalition, etc. So the lower house vote is not a surprise to me. It's unexpected. Masagulat nga ako bakit tumagal pa din eh. Pero I think it's a measure ng crisis after Mama Sapano na mismo sa lower house na pilitan sila mag-master ng forces. The problem I think hindi doon eh. Dalawa, Senado at saka Supreme Court.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.